Hi guys, it's Megan here. Happy day 21 of Lent. My reflection lately has been how much I thirst for Christ. The situation here in the Archdiocese of Vancouver has changed again, wherein we are limiting masses only to 50 people. And that in itself is a huge blessing because I know there are a lot of places where there is not access to mass at all. And so I'm taking that opportunity as much as possible, even if it means walking to mass to avoid public transit, taking that extra time. Why? Because it is something that I long and thirst for. We were talking about last night at my household, our prayer meeting online, about what are the nameless characters that you can relate or take inspiration from. And I thought about the woman at the well and how much does she thirst. And I find myself thirsting for Christ. And I find myself wanting to have that eternal quench from Christ himself. And not only that, like if you can't get to a physical church, that's more than understandable. But throughout the season of Lent, we are called to still be steadfast in our almsgiving, in our fasting, and everything that we do. And if you read on into that further along into the scripture about that passage, in that whole story, encounter of Christ and the Samaritan woman at Jacob's well, Jesus goes on to say, the hour is coming, and now is, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. And for the Father is seeking such to worship him. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth, right? And I find that very inspirational because we are in a situation where it is challenging. It is challenging to receive the sacraments. It is challenging to even uphold our Lenten promises. And yet we still can. There are different ways. If you can't get to Mass, there are still different ways when we can grow in our spiritual life. We can attend daily Mass online. We can still get a download of all the daily readings and Gospels. We can still pray the Rosary. We can pray the Divine Mercy Chaplet at 3 p.m. We can pray the Angelus. We can read spiritual books, do devotions. There's so many ways that we can actually still make spiritual gains, and it's uniting ourselves in spirit and truth, as Jesus himself said. And so it's not necessarily, oh, I can't make it to Mass, Lent is canceled. Lent is still very much on, my brothers and sisters. And if you've fallen already, we're about halfway through, I would say, just about halfway through Lent. And that's okay if you've fallen. Get back up and keep going. And if you're struggling, like myself, I'm not gonna lie, it's been hard doing these vlogs. Some of these vlogs I do at like midnight, and I'm like, kind of missed a day, but not really missed a day. But I still push through it, making them, because I hope that the next day I can do better. And that's really where it starts. I think, I forgot who said it, but the hardest day to continue to pray is the day after the day you forgot to pray. And it's hard because it really is hard to get back up. But we're halfway through Lent, and despite everything that's happening, it is not a reason for us to give up and to keep pursuing our livelihood, to keep and our love life with the Lord. I am praying for all of you who are affected by COVID-19, whether it be through your livelihood, through your health, or through the health of your loved ones. Please be safe, and please know that the Lord is with you and unites with you in spirit. And he sees everything that you do and welcomes it with an open heart and a loving heart. So just make the effort to continue your Lenten journeys. Make the effort to offer up your prayers to the Lord, and that in itself is worth tenfold. That is my reflection for today, brothers and sisters. God bless you tomorrow.